Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Everybody have a seat, have a seat. Have a seat. Welcome to the White House. And congratulations to the Kentucky Wildcats on your 8th national championship. 8 national champions. That's not bad. That's not bad. Although this is the first in 14 years. Now, this was the 4th year that I filled out my bracket on ESPN. And what I've learned is that if I make the right picks, I look like a genius. But if things go the other way, then a team like Kentucky gets to come to my house and remind me in person that I was wrong. So it is a double-edged sword. Of course, I knew Kentucky was good. I had them in the championship game. But in the end, I thought, they got all these freshmen. These guys are too young. And, keep in mind, at this time last year, 3 of the Wildcats' 5 starters were still in high school. Michael Gilchrist couldn't even vote yet. But let's face it, sometimes talent triumphs experience. And sometimes a bunch of young players, even if they're used to being big fishes in their ponds, even if they've never played together before, they can buy into a system, they understand the concept of team, and they do something special right away. And that's exactly what happened in Kentucky. Of course, a lot of credit for that goes to their outstanding coach, Coach Calipari. My understanding is when he recruited these players, Coach started off by asking them some simple questions. Do you want to win a national title? The answer was yes, apparently. Can you do it by yourself? The answer was no. He took a roster with 6 former All-Americans and got them to do something even more impressive, and that was share the ball. So you had 6 players average double figures in points this year. Nobody averaged more than 9 shots a game. If you didn't play defense, you didn't play. And as a result, the Wildcats started winning. At one point, they won 24 straight. They spent the final 8 weeks of the season ranked number 1. They cruised through the tournament, trailed for less than 10 minutes total before beating Kansas in front of 70,000 fans at the Superdome. So that's a pretty good run. Most importantly, though, they did it as a team. And nobody, I think, was a better example of that than Anthony Davis, who everybody kept on remarking on it. Nobody's ever seen somebody who didn't have a lot of field goals and yet still controlled the game. Still ended up being the most valuable player. Racked up 16 rebounds, 6 blocks, 3 steals. That doesn't count all the intimidation factor that the other team had to go through. Of course, that's what happens when you grow 8 inches between your sophomore and senior years of high school. In fact, he has grown an inch since he got to the White House. His pants are already like this. Just got a new suit, and it's... when Anthony needed help, Doran Lamb stepped up, dropping 22 points in the biggest game of his career. First off the bench, Darius Miller, who became the first player in Kentucky history to be named Mr. Basketball, win a state championship in high school, and win a national title with the Wildcats. I'm pretty sure Coach Cal is right that if Darius decides to run for governor, he'll do all right in Kentucky. I also want to congratulate Darius and Eloy Vargas for getting their diplomas on Sunday. That's worth a big round of applause. And I want to congratulate them for doing their share of community service in the Lexington community, from packing backpacks full of food for kids who don't have enough to raising money for tornado victims. So these guys do it all. Everybody's got to take a good look now because a whole bunch of these guys are going on to the NBA. Who knows, one of them might end up here in Washington. We'll take them. Coach Cal is back on the recruiting trail, and if the next group of Wildcats is anything like this one, then I might see him again sometime soon. So congratulations again to all the fans, to all the faculty, to all the everybody who helps to make Kentucky such an outstanding university. Most of all, congratulations to the team and to Coach Calipari.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, on behalf of the Big Blue Nation, the Commonwealth of Kentucky, we're honored and humbled to be here. This team, when they won that championship on that court in New Orleans, they were jumping up and down, not saying, we did it, we won. They were saying, we're going to the White House, we're going to the White House, because they wanted to meet you. As a member of our team, I'd like our seniors, Darius Miller, to give you his #1 jersey that he wore for 4 years. Eloy Vargas has a ball that the team has signed, and the young man, there's the #1 jersey.
That's a good-looking jersey right there.
And the young guy from your home city of Chicago would like to present you with the 2012 National Championship ring, and I might say it is the first.
Look at that. Look at that. That's all right. That's beautiful. Fantastic. Well, this is some nice gear. I have to say, by the way, after the game, I called the coach and the team, and I mentioned to Anthony that I had actually been to his school, a small charter school in Chicago, when I was still a senator, and I'd spoken to the kids there, and he told me, yeah, I was there, but I didn't recognize him. He looked a little different, apparently, 4 years ago. So. What a wonderful set of gifts. I appreciate that. You guys want to strike this podium, we'll get a good picture. All right, come on. I'll squeeze right in there.